Hey girl, want to be a real estate mogul? Well, then the Estates, published by Capstone Games, is going to give you a pretty good taste. This is a very tense and heavily strategic auction and building game for 2 to 5 players. It'll play in about 40 minutes. What you're going to do throughout the game is auction off one of the wooden pieces. So we have floors, building permits, canceling a building permit token, and a mayor token. Once you've bought your piece, you then have to place it immediately. The interesting aspect here is that the floors are all numbered. The highest number has to be on the bottom, and then you have to work your way up. Placing the first cube of that color will award you the certificate for that company. However, it's the person who manages to be on the top of the building that's going to score. So if my opponent was red and then capped off that building, I'm not getting any points. Red is. And that's pretty interesting because you could win this game by placing some foundations to get cards that are not yours, so that when you go and place, you're placing on top of your opponent's pieces so that you'll score instead of them. Additionally, only 2 of the 3 rows are going to score. Once 2 rows have been completed with roofs on top of them, then the final game scoring begins. Now, you can modify how much space will be allowed in the row. It starts off with the basic construction site, which has a 4 depth row. If you go and bid and successfully get one of the building permits that is 1, 2, or 3, you can increase or decrease that row. So if I have successfully won the 3 permit, I can actually put it here and make this row only 1. And then if I have managed to build a building and finish it, I now have 1 of the 3 rows completed. And all of a sudden, everyone who's been focusing on this row here is going to be racing to make sure that those buildings are done so that this 3rd row doesn't score them an enormous amount of negative points. This was such a cool game. The auction mechanic actually feels like an auction. The building mechanic has such heavy strategy to it with like great satisfaction for a job well done that the experience was just simply amazing. The components are also great. And the drawbags, I can fit my hand in, girl! Yes! Oh, and this artwork is beautiful. The game, it has a very small footprint, but packs a heck of a lot of punch. You get the satisfaction of a heavy Euro with a light to medium game setup and playthrough. Give it a try. Shantae, you stay.